So my Keurig K Supreme is just not turning on at all. No, it's plugged in. There was a little smell. This was very warm right here. And so I think we're going to open it up and see if we can reset the thermos switch. Yes, it's working. So if you need to fix your Keurig, that's how you do it.
Welcome to another episode of Nick's Fix-It Life.
So make sure you unplug it, take your water and your little tray out, and you can turn this upside down. And the first thing is you can pull this off. There's a screw here, and then we're going to pull these rubber things off, and there's screws there, and I think there's a screw underneath here. These little rubber things come out pretty easily. I took this screw out here. Put your Phillips screwdriver in here and pull up, pry it up, and it'll pop out. So there are 6 tabs, one here, one here, one inside here where the wire goes in, one here, and one there. These tabs have to be opened with a screwdriver so that this whole piece here can slide down. You may have to use one screwdriver to pry here a little bit as you release the tabs. So what you can do is use one screwdriver and put it on this side of the hole, and then pry while using another screwdriver here perhaps to pry this up. And then what you want to do is slip a toothpick or something in here to hold it open so it doesn't re-clamp. So I got that one done. Now we're going to work on this one here. Again, use a screwdriver up top. Again, going on. You have to be careful. You have to go from this side of the hole down. So stay tight to that side. And then also use a screwdriver here to pry this open a little bit. And then slip something in there to hold it. So I got this one released. Put something there. Then I used a screwdriver here. Right about there. And that released. I don't know whether this one was a release or not, but I did pry that a little bit. And then I've got something in here, so now we just have to do this side. So we're going to pry in here and then lift up with another screwdriver here, and that should open up that side. Okay, now that we have the bottom released, we're going to have to pull this out to get around this hip. So make sure this is up and then widen this here. So as soon as you widen it and pull up, it'll go around that, and then you have to sort of wiggle this maybe like that to get it to go up and over. This whole piece here is going to come up and over this. So it's a little tricky. You have to keep widening this right here to get it to go around little pieces here. So just keep wiggling it, and it'll slowly come up and get around this whole thing. You can see it starts opening up down at the bottom. And then the trick is to pull the bottom wide, because it gets caught on little pieces there. So it eventually comes off. That's what you have there and here. And the problem pulling it off, just to make it a little understandable, are these little parts. So you have to widen this to get these to come up through. And there's a lot of little things, so you have to keep pulling this apart, not too hard, and then it slides up over it. If you ever wanted to see what's inside a Keurig, there's lots of tubes and pumps and the circuit board. And then this is the heating element down here. And there is there it is right there. This, let me see if I can show you. So the culprit is this unit right here. Right there, that's the thermal protector right there. And there's a little hole in the center. You can put a paper clip in to reset it. Now we want to make sure there's none of the parts are totally melted in here. As if there's serious damage to any of the pieces, this fix may not work. So just make sure there's no melted plastic or any of these wires are melted or anything. To lay this flat, I did just disengaged this piece here. What you can do is pull up and then twist, and that way I was able to lay it flat on this side to reach that thermal protector. So you're going to need to get a paper clip like this with a little turn, 90-degree turn, because we can't go straight down into that thermal protector. You can see the hole in the center, so we have to reach in with a little angle, put that in the center spot, and then grab the paper clip and push it down from the right angle. So when I pushed it down with my other finger, I definitely heard a click, so it probably reset the thermal protector. So when I laid this down, this bolt came out. I found it on the ground, so this bolt just goes right in there. You might have to wiggle this to get this to go in, and they just they don't clip in, but I guess when the case goes on, it keeps them in their location. So we're going to just put this case back on, slip it over, widen it, and then make sure it doesn't hurt any of the tubes or wires on the back as you slide it down. So make sure it's aligned properly. Okay, so I really had to keep these bottom pieces pulled out real wide because there's little sections here that were catching on to wires, and then also had to widen it here as I came over this piece. So you got to keep pulling the plastic, and then a little tricky to get across the front, but you just bring it forward. Had to tilt this a little bit as it was going down, but it eventually set, and it just clips in at the bottom with those clips, and then we'll just put the screws in. Yes, it's working. So if you need to fix your Keurig, that's how you do it.